We've talked about raising the awareness about fertility preservation and funding egg freezing through insurance plans, which most still don't cover that, but you're working on trying to do that through the chickmission.org. But also you're working on legislation. So can you tell me about that, Amanda?
Yeah, it started many moons ago, people talking about, policies covering this, whether you're diagnosed with cancer or not. But in the case of a cancer patient, again, we talked about it's a rush into treatment and you have this finite window, and the cost barrier should not, prohibit you from preserving. So it started back in 2017, the momentum really shifted. There was actually 2 state laws that changed as it relates to insurance companies covering fertility preservation for cancer. That was the state of Connecticut and the state of Rhode Island. And slowly but surely, we now fast forward to today where 10 states have passed laws as it relates to this topic. And 1 additional state passed a law for a certain group of patients. And for Tracy and I and the rest of the Chick Mission team and all of our volunteers and supporters, we want to focus on the remaining 40 states and then ultimately a federal bill that gets passed.
I know this process, having tried to pass a federal bill of my own that was just reintroduced recently. It's like it can be not relatively easy, but it can be easier to get legislation introduced. Passing it is the difficult part, to try and educate people and get them on board. So, Tracy, what are the next steps? Where are you going with this? Are you trying to attack state by state and then go to federal, or are you trying to just do the whole shebang by going to federal first?
Well, I'm a whole shebang kind of girl, but what we've learned in the last 3.5 years is you have to go state by state to start. You have to ensure that someone, a representative in that state, is either an ally, a survivor, or a women's rights activist who understands that this choice to freeze your eggs ahead of treatment should be covered by insurance policies. We just spent 3.5 months in the great state of Texas, really going after legislation there to make the change for young adults who are diagnosed with cancer. Our bill was scheduled for a vote in the House. Unfortunately, TikTok, we ran out of time. And Texas, if you did not know, which I did not know, only meets every other year. So in 2023, if you live in Texas, listeners, we need your help to be cowboy boots on the ground and be grassroots advocates. Because really, what's going to make this change, what's going to make people stand up and listen are stories, survivor stories. And the Chick Mission is lucky to be founded by a group of women who had seen cancer from every angle. As a daughter whose mother had passed, as a friend who supported her best friend through chemotherapy, a mother who watched her daughter struggle through 3 rounds of cancer, and a reproductive endocrinologist who not only helps people freeze their eggs, but is a cancer survivor, and our newest board member who struggled with infertility and knows the devastation. This is the core, along with our 40 female volunteers and 1 dude who are ambassadors for this message.